Hi, I'm Tokasha, and I met Erin a couple years ago at Goddess Fest. She had a booth there and had a box that you put your name and number in for a chance to win a free session. My mom put her name in because she was dying to meet with a psychic. A couple weeks later, Erin called and said my mom won, so we made an appointment and I went with her. My mom was really nervous, and she had to sit right in front of Erin. I sat in the corner, and Erin asked me to pull back my aura because it was affecting the reading. I was a little skeptical if she was legit or not, and I think that might be what she was picking up on. A little history on my mom. She always gets her hopes up with people and then ends up broken in the end. My mom lacks self-esteem and good personality traits because of this. I prayed Erin would be able to turn a new leaf for her. They started their session with a chakra cleanse where Erin started at her root chakra. Erin said she could tell my mom put up a wall from being let down in many past relationships. She could also see in the chakra that my mom had physical pain emanating from which she believed was coming from her left knee. This made me believe Erin knew what she was talking about because my mom had an accident with her horse and she had torn her ACL a month earlier. Erin went through the process of having my mom visualize herself cutting the cords that tie her to past negative experiences. She had my mom open up her root chakra to 65%, and then we moved on to her sacral chakra. Erin instantly sensed the physical ailments in this area and that it still causes my mom pain today. Once again, she was dead on. My mom was diagnosed with ovarian cancer in 1998. She has many problems now that are caused from this. My mom had a full hysterectomy after she nearly died giving birth to my sister. This caused my mom to not only have physical problems, but her emotional pains interferes with her life every day. She's extremely insecure about her body and she has no self-esteem about it. Erin instructed my mom to let go of the ties of insecurity so she can begin to enjoy pleasures of her life again. When she continued with the readings, she brought up my grandmother, whom my mom was very close to, but she passed away a few years ago. She said she could see my grandma and that she was complaining about extreme pain coming from her stomach region and asked if he knew anything about it. My mom started to tear up as she explained my grandma had died of stomach, kidney, and pancreatic cancer, and she was in horrid pain right before she died. We were shocked Erin brought up this because, of course, we had no mention of her to begin with. Then she went on to say she saw my grandma walking next to a little boy that was blonde. Both of us ended up with goosebumps. The year before my grandma passed, our 3-year-old cousin drowned in the Boise River. My grandma requested that Erin tell my mom that everything will be okay and that she is taking care of the little boy. My mom was crying. She'd been so worried if my grandma was happy where she was now, and she misses her so much. With that, we moved on to the heart chakra. Right away, Erin said she saw someone else in the room with us. She asked my mom if she knew a male in his late 30s that passed away from heart problems. I remember my mom turned pale white as she said it was her father that passed away when she was 7 years old from a sudden heart attack. My mom asked if Erin would ask her dad if he met up with her mom in heaven. He replied yes he did, and they started off right where they left off. My mom had a wave of relief, and I knew she'd been helped emotionally already. After a brief pause so my mom could catch her breath, Erin continued to say that my mom had a very difficult time opening her heart to men because of her past. That she needs to let go of all the men that beat her, that cheated on her, and broke her down emotionally. I thought this was completely true because my mom stopped dating altogether, and I wish she would try to find someone that will make her happy. Erin also picked up that my mom is way too generous to everyone but herself. She puts everyone's needs and wants before her own, and therefore she's very unhappy. Erin instructed her to cut those cords tying her down and change her heart chakra from 90% to 65%. Then we moved on to the throat chakra. Once again, she brought up my grandma, but this time she was complaining about pain coming from her throat. This made sense to me because my grandma had stomach cancer, which caused stomach acid to rise in her throat and eat away at her esophagus. We had no idea she was hurting there as well as everywhere else. That made us feel sorry and neglectful. I guess my grandma could sense our hurt because she reassured Erin that she felt fine now and that she was happy, which was really good to hear. She went on to say that my mom had a very hard time expressing herself and joining in on conversations. I knew for sure right then that Erin knew what she was talking about. My mom's the most shy, easily embarrassed person that I know. Once again, she said my mom had to cut the cords and open up her throat chakra more. Then we moved on to the brow chakra. This is where I became very happy. Erin said my mom has a very good connection with spirits and that her psychic abilities are beginning to peak. I was enjoying this because I'm a metaphysical student and I've been teaching my mom intuition practices and meditations to do just that. Erin said my mom has a wonderful connection with positive entities and told her how to do an astral journey to the Akashic Record Hall to find out more about herself. She did this with Erin's instruction while I was in the room. My mom started explaining this big library in detail that had white antique pillars, and she went inside and met up with a very tall man who happened to be her guardian. The guardian led my mom to a shelf where he handed her a dusty old book. Without saying a word, he sent her up a tall staircase, where at the top there was a white door. My mom said she slowly opened the white door and found herself in a meadow in late fall to winter because she was really cold. There were trees and Indian-looking people all around. She said she looked down at herself and she was wearing a deerskin dress and her skin was an olive color. She spoke of wearing fur moccasins with feathers attached to them, and that her hair was pulled back in a long black braid running down her back. There was a man standing in front of her wearing deerskin pants and moccasins also. She said everyone looked like she did. Then she pulled out of the meditation, and Erin said she was right there next to her through the entire vision. I also was there. I practiced meditations and journeys of this sort constantly, but it blew my mind that I was able to follow both of them into this one. I didn't see quite as clearly as Erin did because I'm not a professional yet, but I'm still attending school to be. I did see it though, and Erin was more detailed than I was, and everything was accurate. Not only did I want to come to Erin to have her help heal my mom, but I wanted to witness what a real psychic does. I wanted first-hand experience to what I will be doing with my profession. She inspired me to keep on practicing and attending school so I can heal people too. She told me she could see my gift and I'll soon be like her. A year and a half later, I've been observing my mom, and she's improved very much after the reading. But the past couple months, she's had some hardships, and she's starting to return to having her emotional issues. So I think it's about time that we come meet with Erin again. So we'll be seeing you soon, and I hope this video everyone can hear me this time. So thanks.